Most traders think they need a better strategies to become a profitable trader. But the truth is, your strategies is not the problem. The problem is your execution. I'm going to talk about 3 stages before becoming a consistent profitable trader. It's either you are a beginner, you are in the middle, or you are already a consistent profitable trader. So these 3 stages before you become a consistent profitable trader. I'll start by saying the first stage, which we all go through. How did I know we all go through? Because I also have gone through this stage. One thing you should take good note of is the time. The time you are actually running away from, that you are getting scared of, the time you are thinking you are wasting, that you are not doing the particular work you need to put in right now to get to the next stage, that same time you are scared of losing, that's the same time you are losing, because you are focused on what you shouldn't do instead of focus on what you should do. So that what you shouldn't do to avoid waste of time is actually wasting your time. So follow this simple step I'll be giving to you so you can navigate your way to consistent profitability. So the first stage we should come to as a trader, which is fundamental. When I was taught about Forex, if Forex is all about buying and selling, when the currency is strong, the currency of a particular country is strong, then you have to buy, and when it's weak, you have to sell. So I went on the fundamental, researching about what the US economy is doing, so that when I know that the economy is going to be weak, I'm going to sell, and when it's going to be strong, I'm going to buy. So I was in that, and I take the time over there. And I would love to say one thing before I continue. You being stuck in a particular place, or you being in a particular place right now in your trading journey, actually, or you hopping from one strategy to another, which I'll be talking about in the next stage, you hopping from one strategy to another, I will say it's not your fault. I will definitely say it's not your fault, because these are stages you have to go through before becoming a consistent profitable trader. And I'll tell you what you should do to move from one point to the other. So let's go back to the first stage which I'm talking about, which is the fundamental. Reading about news, how the news is going to go, how the US economy will go on this day, what's going to happen, and how can I benefit from it, or how can I profit from it. But mind you, that wasn't the issues. That wasn't all I should know to become profitable. And that's very part of my journey as a trader, and it's part of yours also as a trader. So in whichever stage you are, or in whichever phase you are in your journey, you don't have to blame yourself. You don't have to beat yourself up for that particular stage. All you just have to do is note what you need to know to get to the next stage. And that's what I'm here to talk about in this particular video. Copying strategies from one strategy to another, which is not the strategies that is your problem. That's not the problem. So after all of that, I'm going to highlight key points. I can't go into all the details that is in the fundamental and all of the stages, the 3 of the stages I'll be talking about. So the 3 stages I'll be talking about is the highlights. So you want to know more? After I give you the highlights and some brief example and illustration for you to understand what I'm saying, then you now have to be aware that, okay, this is where I'm at, this is what I need to do, this is how I need to go about this I need to do. So after the fundamentals, okay, the fundamental I think is not a problem. So these things I'm seeing on the candles, these candles I'm seeing, how can I learn it now? How can I learn about these strategies that this particular person is using, so that I also can be profitable the way the person is profitable, the same way I also want to be profitable. So now you move from the first stage to the second stage, which is the strategies. This is where most traders get stuck. And with what I said earlier, it is not your fault. It is no one's fault. It is part of your journey. But this is what you should take note of. So let me give you this analogy now. Imagine no one told you about fire. You get burnt. By experience, you learned that this particular thing called fire gets me burned whenever I put hand in it. So you keep putting hand on it, it gets you burned, and you'll be like, because this one is kind of like too high, that's why it gets me burned. I'll go and try another fire again. You still put your hand in it, you keep putting your hand in different fires, thinking that the intensity of the fire is a problem, not knowing that the fire itself, like, that's what it's meant to do. You understand? When you put your hand in it. So why am I giving this analogy? That's how it is in these strategies and these stages. These strategies right now, most of traders are hoping strategies from one strategy to another, thinking strategies is the problem. And I'm here to tell you that strategies is not your problem right now. Your strategist is good. Your strategist is perfect. Your strategist is good. The same strategist you are using now, another trader is using it and is profitable. Why? It's because the strategist is not the problem. And I'm going to tell you what you'll get to before you get to the consistent profitable trader, of which we all want to get to. So you get into the strategist, which is the second phase, the phase 2, the level 2. Now you're hoping strategist, this is not working. You have to go to the next strategist, thinking that is going to help you. You have to go to, from break of structure now, this one, you have to go to Fibonacci. Now you have tested Fibonacci because you saw the other trader making money with it, is not working. Now you are going on trend line because a trader made millions out of it. Now you have tried it over months, over years, it's not working. Now you are dropping it, you are going to the next one. Now you have gone to the next one, which is the demand and the supply. You have gone there, it's not working now, you said. You are going to ICT now. So all of this is taking your time. The time that you are trying to avoid wasting on one particular thing is the same time you are spending on different things, which is not giving you the result you intend. So this is what you should do in this particular stage you are in. This is the last stage before you get to the profitable stage, which I'm going to tell you about. So you have to stick with one strategist. Your strategist is not a problem. Stick with one strategist. Get more data. Spend time. The same time you use in spending on different strategies, get all that time and put it in mastering your strategies. That one strategist. Master that particular strategist you are using. Master it. Master that pair. Few numbers of pair. Know how your strategies work. Know how it works. When you know how it works, very fine. Now we'll go to the test stage. Like I said, I'm giving you the highlights and some reasons, you know, the stage you are on and what you should do to get to the next stage. So now you know that your strategist is not a problem. Your strategist is not a problem. How can you manage when you win series of trade? How can you manage that joy, that euphoria? How can you manage it? And when you start losing much money with that same strategist, how can you still be confident? How can you not FOMO into a trade? How can you be confident in entering your trade? So you see that this is no longer a strategist problem. Now, what is this problem? We move to the next stage. It's not fundamental right now. It's not technical right now. Now is the mental aspects of the game, and which is the third stage, the final stage. Once you can manage and master this stage, you are good to go in becoming the consistent profitable trader, which we all want to become, which you want to become, which I want to become. So this third stage is the consistent profitable trader, which is the mental aspect of the game. Now, how can you manage the mental aspect of the game when you fear of missing out and you jump in early, or you jump in too late and the market just go and leave you behind? Or you jump in again while the market is already at a demand zone which you shouldn't sell, you went and sell, or at a supply zone which you shouldn't buy and you still went ahead to buy. So this is not strategies. These are mental game. You fear of missing out. All this happen because trading is a mental game. Trading is a mental game. There is a lot of emotions in it, involved in it. That's why all this happen in the game, or in this particular stage which you are in. When money is on the line, fear and greed takes control. So how can you manage the fears and greed that are taking control? So now you know that your strategist is not a problem. Stop hoping from one strategist to another and master one. Then come to this stage right now, which is mastering the fears, or being aware of your emotions and how they are in control in your life or during your trading process, during your trading time. After you have mastered these strategies, this is now the solution you should follow. You have mastered the one strategist, you have known about that one strategist, you've backtested, you've got a lot of data on that one strategist. Now you don't need to leave that strategist because it is working. It is working now. This is what you should do. Focus more on executing regularly on that particular strategist. Focus more on executing that strategist. Whenever you see it play out, focus more on executing. Once you focus more on executing, create clear rules guiding that particular strategist you have developed, and you journal. You journal every trade you take. You journal every trade you take. Like the analogy of the fire I give, if you still fail to do this thing, if you don't discipline yourself or you don't force yourself to do this thing, focus on execution, journaling, and setting clear rules, you keep getting burnt, which is blowing your account, till you come to the realization that now my strategies is no longer the problem. I'm the problem. I have to face this. I have to trade. I have to execute. I have to journal, and I have to be aware of these emotions. The emotions are kind of like signals, which signals whatever we are doing, which signals what's happening in us. So you have to accept it. You can't take them away. You can't take fears away. Where is fears? You see no fears, but it happens. It manifests in your results. So you just have to be aware of them and manage them, manage these emotions, so you can know what you are doing in the market and not be controlled by these emotions, these fears, and these greeds. Now that you know all these three stages, you have to check in now. Whichever one you're in, check what you need to do to get to the next stage and focus on doing what you need to do to get to the next stage. Consistency in trading doesn't come from finding the best strategies or finding the perfect strategies. It comes from executing one strategies with discipline. So, with all being said, I'll see you in my next video.